Adonai, thou Salvington, and Adonai unto thine paradise adjuster. In the merontial existence, you are living as the cause rather than the effect. You have begun the mastery of the endowment of your creative authorship. You still have faculties, albeit not a biological body, but a higher body, free of all disease and stress and strife. And the ticket to enter into the merontial existence beyond the mansion worlds is God fusion. Integration, unification, fusion. Once again, for those with the ear to hear mind truth. Integration of all your effects of lifetimes of personality creation, your human qualifications, must be brought into this integration. And at some point in that phase of integration, the Paradise Adjuster is unifying you, bringing you into more eternal meanings and cosmic values, virtues of truth, the vision of eternity. The adjuster is unifying and spiritualizing, preparing you for that merontial existence where you are no longer going back and forth into these levels through the womb of woman. There's no longer a need for the biological form. You graduate into a higher form. Integration is to bring all your lifetimes of effects once again into this integrity of truthfulness, alignment, with the merontial life. And at some point in that integration phase, you are being unified by the spirit of paradise. You're being raised so that as you enter into the atmosphere of that higher socialization, the land of soul values, worshipful living, wisdom and service, love and mercy. For you have graduated beyond all negativity. You are still working psychologically upon yourself, and you are still ever elevating into those higher values. Integration, it begins upon this world, a world such as this. Unification, God fusion. It requires for you to release all definitions you've imposed upon yourself. All images, every pretension, every pretending, all dishonesty and blindness begins to fade away, and you are eternalizing. O paradise, parenthood of life, paradise Trinity, thou infinite persons of the one mystery we call God. O first person of eternity, we worship and adore you, your goodness, your grace and glory, your gentleness and generosity. Are you, beloveds, looking to shape your destiny, your person, into what God is? Then you must become the same graciousness and glory, grace, generosity, giving, giving, giving. That is to say, giving of your total person into the way of God authority. Giving yourself to the adjuster. This is the only way, and it is a way that includes your total person. Certainly your consciousness expands, your person, your personality, your personhood, it becomes of one integrity, one unification. And that God fusion is the natural, normal result of first integration, as you are learning to live as cause rather than the effect. You are learning to live in that unifying influence where God and you begin to become one. It is a beginning. O Paradise Trinity, celestial government of Nebadon, God the sevenfold, Paradise sons, Paradise daughters, join me, mine brethren, those of the planetary evolution, those divine personages, join me, that we can elevate and ennoble all rebellion worlds of Nebadon. Join me, beloveds, in ennobling the culture and civilization of this Urantia world. Breathe deeply. And allow the spirit of life, the adjuster, to control you into its direction of a more elevated existence. A more ennobling character of choices and decisions, directionizing. In this threefold unfoldment, integration, unification, and fusion, you are learning to be in that reciprocal relationship, that ongoing communion with God who lives in you and around you and at his residential center and source. And you are learning to live in him. For his life is your essential identity, and you can claim it now in the fourth or fifth power maybe, of identification. You identify with the cause of his life, even though you are still not fully arrived in that cause. Yet claiming yourself in his identity will stir the ethers of your field of life, will accelerate the effects to come forth, for you are claiming, at last, claiming that you are his essential life. And what you claim, you worship. And what you worship and adore, all of your effects shall follow. Breathe with me into your heart of faith. We wait upon the Lord our God to enter into our atmosphere with activity. O Heavenly Mother, Father, Infinite Spirit, Seventh Master Spirit, Mother of Nebadon, beloved host for the planetary civilization, we align with you. Breathe into your heart the life of God who lives in you. Breathe and engage. As you claim your identity, you say, I am the life that's inside of me. I am. Although I am a bit conditioned into human qualification, still I am that essence of life. And I desire to bring all my person into that alignment with life. Oh, if you hold that perspective, if you honor that command of God to be ye perfect, just as she is, so shall you know the kingdom of heaven. Behold, the kingdom is within. O universal Father, Mother of existence, eternal Son, Immaculate Spirit, thou persons of the one deity, Let all of Salvington become infused with your glory, O God. Certainly it is yours to do with as you wish. Happy am I to follow in your way. Are you happy to follow in the way, the truth, and the life? Are you rejoicing to become the cause rather than live as the effect? Are you rejoicing, I say, to grow yourself Godward in the material and mechanical mind, the analytical, logical, mental apparatus functions often for the world. And as your urge and thirst and hunger grows, as your mind grows in its free will choices and urges for truth, so are you then developing that soul. The mind of the soul is an advancement. It is a new mind. It is perhaps the initial stage of development beyond the material, mechanical, earthly mindedness. The mind of the soul is awakened in that sixth and seventh adjutant of the universe mother. And in that awakening, you are encircuited into her mind. You are able then to receive a greater portion of mind. And mind is not only designed for material, mechanical ventures. Mind hath the capacity to increase its stature, to become the sole mind capable of reflection, of revelation, of realization, and of total resurrection. The soul mind recognizes the source of existence, respects that life in its creating, is reverent in our universe association, our apostleship of ascendancy. Only the soul mind hath the capability to enter our apostleship. For the material mind of evolutionary origin, it is as yet a mind of the world. Important, absolutely essential, yet still limited. That material mind cannot become cause. The soul mind begins that journey to become cause, while the material mind might have a fantastic ability for mechanical, analytical, logical, tangible, non-faith activities. Yet as you upgrade your character, as you enter with courage to seek the greater order and harmony of life, the life in you, so are you developing from the material, mechanical mind, where you live in the effects, where you have not yet grown into that wider vision, that more exalted selfhood. Not yet. For your values must become ennobled and elevated, I say, into worshipful living, into the courage to discover and know the known, to make the unknown knowable by you. The soul mind, it does tend to be philosophical, self-reflective. True thought becomes available. In the material mind, you are living mostly in the reactions of mind, in the human qualification and conditions that surround you. Much like most of the occupants of this world. They might be brilliant to write 10 books and build 10 businesses and make hordes of money and organize their organizations. But that is not yet the soul. The soul mind enters an advancement of those vestments into higher values, beyond the earthly values, into the more universal values. A new vision overwhelms that material mindedness to become the soul mind. And that advancing mind hungers to become cause, no longer to be enslaved within the effects. If you are exteriorizing, living in your appearances, basing your life values and priorities upon the world of appearance, circumstances, environment, relationships, personalities, social culture, then you still have opportunity to advance into that soul-mindedness of self-realization, self-reflection. Then you can say, I am the life that I am, and you can perceive it, not just intellectually, but in consciousness, everyone. In divine consciousness. The mind of the soul is an advancement into moment-to-moment, daily, worshipful communion. You are aware in any given moment that God is everywhere. in that soul mind, you are hungering for connection, cooperation, and collaboration with the everywhere presence of the Almighty. You are able to reflect and once again to realize that you are what you are. You are able to review objectively your subjectivity. Whereas in the more base material mindedness, and that is a beautiful thing, just the material mind is beautiful. It hath its purpose. For many things, I utilize that mind, and I have access to that soul mind, that higher mind. The traversal from the material, mechanical mind into the soul mind, it occurs by refining your choices and by becoming more self-conscious, more determinative in your choices and decisions, more self-creative in a constructive way. For the soul mind is captured by the vision of God. The vision of eternity that giveth you purpose, purity, and priority. Purpose, purity of motivation, of decision, and priority, so that you truly seek first the kingdom of God's reality. Through your lifetimes, you have created, and you have engulfed yourself with many human qualifications, some of which are constructive and beautiful, and they have motivated you to pursue this path. And some are more destructive and prevent you from growth and maturing. Those you begin to address with the mind of the soul. So in between the Christ mind, which is what many of you might refer to as your higher self, but the Christ mind is still derived from the I am, the pure adjuster life. The Christ mind stands between the adjuster and your person. And yet, in between your Christ mind and your material mind stands the mind of the soul. Its values becoming elevated, spiritualized, its perspectives growing upward into that unbounded unlimitedness. Whereas the material mind is more concrete, the soul mind delivers you from concrete mechanicalness into a more abstractness, where, as I mentioned, revelation is possible, where realization, reflection is born. In that soul mind are those holy volitions of the seventh master spirit, the volitions of what I've organized for you into the holy R's, recognition of God who lives in you, recognition of our association, recognition of you as a personality with God-given authorship, recognition, respect for life, reverence for our association, reverence for the sacredness of all life. These lead you to the realization of relationship with that very life. The life that I am right with you, one with the adjuster, one with the holy comforter of my spirit. The life, everyone, that you are and that ye shall claim with the power of identification. To live as the cause allows you to have access to the great abstractness of life beyond all conditions. Living as the cause, living in development of that soul mind, in worshipful adoration, love of God, who is your life and source, wisdom gathering, philosophical mindedness, which reflects and ventures to truly think beyond the scope of worldly human conditions. I say, the soul mind, the Christ mind, is an advancement out from the very material, mechanical origins of a more animal mind, territorial, possessive, comparing, preserving. Those are some of the beautiful qualities of the material mind, the concrete mind. But the concrete mind does not yet have the capability to think abstractly. Certainly, you've seen that in yourself and those around you. When you work with people that are black or white, it's either right or wrong. If they're right, then you must be wrong. If you are right, then others must be wrong. That is that concrete mind which is grown out from a foundation of relativity. So everyone, relativity, concreteness, material-mindedness, protective, possessive, comparing, and unfortunately in conflict with itself. But the soul-mindedness, which grows as your understanding adjutant, helps you develop, as the spirit of courage helps you to ennoble your character, as the spirit adjutant of knowledge allows you to dare to reach and discover the unknown. That spirit adjutant of counsel allows you to begin your ascent beyond the comparisons and conflicts of concrete thinking. You are becoming abstract. That doesn't mean floating in the clouds. That means capable of a mind that has direct transmission, transference of thought, intuition, self-realization. That developing soul mind, it begins to, quote, get a handle, begins to manage and bring under its mastery the effects of lifetimes. Oh, Carlos, our holy transcriber of these lectures, this would be a good one to transcribe. Maybe even Marina wants to help you, Carlos. Marina? On this day of your birth? A little service will be nice. Concrete-mindedness grows itself, but not automatically. And it is a slow growth towards the higher adjutant work, worship and wisdom, encircuitment, abstractness, a mind that has the capacity to receive without the conflicts and hesitations that are often involved with merely material, mechanical thought. Often, those who are confined by material mindedness, they become over the lifetimes very, very exceptional in material minded things, building a business, building and organizing, growing material things. And at some point in their evolution, their choices grow and they evolve their mind and persona into that soul mind, that soul personality, capable of opening to a wider vision. This, mine brethren, is evolution. It is right and proper. Yet you who come here before me, together with me, to advance yourself along these paradise pathways of soul and spirit attainment, you seek something beyond the material mind. You seek, out of hunger, connection, harmony, a love that is beyond relativity. O our Father, Mother God, we breathe in your glory. We want you. We need you, O God. We are athirst for you, O God. For I am Father Son here, come to show you the way to attain that soul mind unto the Christ mind through integration, unification, and one day God fusion, wherein the will of God who lives in you absorbs and becomes the persona that you are, and you inherit the eternity and immortality of that paradise principle, the adjuster within. O infinite light, we ask that the blessing of your glory be upon all creatures in this world and all creatures in the other worlds which have been infected by the rebellion. Let all these worlds be quickened. O God, we ask, join with me, everyone, asking for all rebelliousness in Nebadon to be absorbed into God's love. Let all of this local universe be quickened. And may each one of you become the shepherds of its quickening as you bring your field of life into this alignment. Integration of all your human qualification. Unification with the principle of God who lives in you. And as you make yourself ready, so shall you be raised in that God fusion unto the seamless garment of immortality. Placing your faith upon that indwelling adjuster. You form that bridge. You advance yourself. You come to live as the cause rather than the effect of ephemerality. Welcome, everyone, on this truly beautiful Sunday to be together in this way. To come together, to advance yourself and all creatures, every kingdom, the incredible animal kingdom, the electrons, elementals, the nature kingdom, the midwayers, the human kingdom, the angelic kingdom, even those who have been confined to the rebellion-laden planets. Those, you might not know this, but those of the many orders of being that chose to rebel, they were given the opportunity of rehabilitation. Part of that opportunity is that they must be, for an extended time, experiencing the life that's here that they caused in part the rebellion. They caused the downfall of humanity. And one of the stipulations for rehabilitation is that they live the results of what they created. Smart, right? So certain angelic orders and other local universe orders of being, those individuals have been confined to live for a while and reincarnate into these rebellious worlds that have fallen into disorder, and of which my person and many other orders have come to help restore the order. So I want to talk to you about cause, living as the cause, and living as the ephemeral effect. I want to help you become more clear as to what that looks like day to day. So now would be a good time. If you have questions, just turn on your microphone or put your hand up, and we can take a look at this together. Okay. Yes, beautiful. Lady Inga of Albuquerque, almost.
Yes,
I got it right this time.
yes.
I learn from my mistakes. I'm influenced by the adjutant of courage, maybe.
Yo he aprendido de mis errores, estoy influenciado por el ayudante de coraje, quizás.
Carlos, who told you to repeat that?
My inner self, Michael.
Oh, your inner self. Well, Inga, we know Carlos is following precisely the inner self. He would not dare to follow his own lower mind. No.
Sorry, Michael. I don't know. I feel that
Inga, we will have to send some rope to Paraguay to tie this guy down.
Tengo que mandar una especie de piola para atarlo a esa persona en Paraguay.
Yeah.
Well, they've got some good rope here in New Mexico.
They got good rope and maybe handsome young men we send there for him, no?
Y a lo mejor algunos muchachos jóvenes para buen mozo. Para que
Yes,
ayude.
if you're going to be tied down, it might as well be pleasant.
Híjole, usted va a estar todo atado, no va a ser placentero.
Oh, yeah.
Ay, Dios.
Yes. Okay, Inga, tell us. Mhm.
Well, I really enjoyed hearing everything you said today.
Yo realmente me encantó todo lo que tú has dicho hoy.
Yeah.
And living this cause and effect, is that related to the idea and ideal? That's my question.
Sure.
Mm.
Carlos?
Y mi pregunta tiene que ver con el ideal y con algo así. Ya no entendí todo, Michael.
Yeah. Well, as you are learning and absorbing the idea,
Entonces, a medida que ustedes están aprendiendo y absorbiendo la idea,
and then as you are finding the courage to make it your ideal,
y en la medida que ustedes encuentran el coraje de que esto se haga su ideal,
involved in that process is the growth from the concrete material mind into the soul mind.
involucrado en ese proceso es el crecimiento desde la mente material concreta hacia la mente del alma.
In living as the effect, you are identified with the ephemeral thoughts and feelings and appearances.
Viviendo en el efecto, ustedes están identificados con los pensamientos efímeros, sentimientos y las apariencias.
Yes, you're becoming exteriorized.
Se vuelven exteriorizados.
Yes. Inga, she says to me, how's life? Oh, life all around me is tough.
Inga me dice a mí, ¿cómo es la vida? Y la vida alrededor de mí está muy dura, es muy dura.
Yes, my environment, my circumstances, life is hard. That's the chant of the material minded.
Y entonces el canto de la mente material es, sí, la vida es muy dura. Todo, las circunstancias, todo lo que me rodea.
The soul mind, the soul mindedness, leaning towards the Christ.
Y la mente del alma se descansa hacia el Cristo.
Says, Inga, thank you for asking. The life is glorious.
Inga, gracias por preguntar. La vida es gloriosa.
I am the life within me, and I am growing into more of that life.
I am la vida dentro mío y estoy creciendo más hacia esa vida.
I am mastering my creative effects.
Yo estoy teniendo maestría sobre mis efectos,
Creativa.
sí, los efectos que he creado.
Created
Sí.
effects. Yes, thank you.
Sí.
And I'm not getting lost in the outer world.
Y no me estoy perdiendo en el mundo exterior.
Tell me more, Inga. Tell me what you understand.
Dime más, dime lo que tú entiendes.
Well, for me, the ideal is looking at
Para mí el ideal es mirar hacia.
In the process of the ideal, you are becoming converted from the ideas into becoming those ideas.
Entonces, en el proceso del ideal, tú te estás convirtiendo desde esas ideas hacia volverte ese ideal o esa idea. Te vuelves uno.
right. So then I'm acting as the cause.
More as the cause, yes.
Entonces ahí tú actúas más como la causa.
Yes, from one day to the next, you don't go from the effects to the cause. It's gradual.
De un día para otro tú no vas desde los efectos a la causa, eso es gradual.
Oh, Carlos, I'm feeling a reaction around Inga.
Oh, Carlos, yo siento una reacción alrededor de Inga.
She's so pretty and I feel ugly today.
Ella es tan linda, yo me siento feo hoy.
Okay, everyone, is that living in the cause or the effect?
Ok, todo eso es vivir en la causa o en el efecto.
It's the effect.
It's the effect. I'm in a state of reactivity.
Si es el efecto, porque estoy en un estado de reactividad.
I'm getting stuck within my own effects because I'm identified with the effects.
Me estoy como trancado mis propios efectos porque me identifico con esos efectos.
Yeah.
So that's a good mirror effect.
Entonces ese es un buen espejo, ¿verdad?
Well, you climb the ladder of evolution from material mind to soul mind through the Essene mirror. That's one of the ways.
Entonces tú subes las escaleras de la evolución de la mente material a la mente del alma a través del espejo de los velos. Ese es el espejo escénico, esa es una de las maneras.
Yes. Each time you capture your reflection, you are integrating some of that energy from the past.
Y cada vez que tú capturas tu reflejo, estás integrando parte de esa energía desde el pasado.
Yes, it's part of the integration, and at the same time, the mind is entering into a higher cooperation.
Entonces, parte de la integración y al mismo tiempo la mente entra hacia una cooperación más elevada.
Yes. As you are in a state of relativity, of concrete mindedness,
Y en la medida que tú estás en un estado de relatividad de la mente concreta,
you might be battling with receiving God's ideas.
tú podrías estar luchando al recibir o con el recibir las ideas de Dios.
Yes, you have your own subjective ideas. You are a material-minded personality.
Sí, porque tú tienes tus propias ideas subjetivas, tú eres una mente material con una personalidad.
And as you traverse towards the soul, that material rigidity becomes softened.
Y a medida que tú atraviesas hacia el alma, esa rigidez material se vuelve suavizada.
Yes. And you're not then pulled outward into your thoughts and feelings and your environment.
Entonces tú no eres arrastrado hacia afuera por tus pensamientos y sentimientos y por tu entorno.
As you enter the Christ, you realize, oh, my physical body is within me.
Y a medida que tú entras al Cristo, tú te das cuenta, dice, oh, mi cuerpo físico está dentro mío.
Then you grow that Christ ever wider.
Entonces tú creces en ese Cristo aún más ampliamente.
And you say, all bodies are within me.
Entonces tú dices, todos los cuerpos están dentro mío.
Oh, I am all bodies.
Oh, I am todos los cuerpos.
Universally, maybe you can expand. That is more the cosmic Christ.
Universalmente ustedes se pueden expandir y esto es más del Cristo cósmico.
From that cosmic Christ, which is beyond the soul mind, right?
Desde ese Cristo cósmico que está más allá de la mente y del alma,
you realize there are individuals, but really, at the same time, there's only one of us here.
y tú te das cuenta que hay individuos, pero al mismo tiempo también te puedes dar cuenta que somos todos uno.
Yes, that's when you're becoming deeply unified in the adjuster perspective.
Y eso cuando tú comienzas a unificarte profundamente hacia la perspectiva del ajustador.
You're growing out of that deep, concrete-minded relativity.
Y tú estás creciendo desde esa mente externa, concreta y material, relativa.
Even from the deeper unconsciousness of projecting your error onto others.
Y aún desde la más profunda y conciencia de proyectar tus errores hacia otros.
So first you battle with the idea, Inga,
Entonces, primeramente, tú luchas con la idea, Inga.
and I say you, meaning everyone, all of
Y yo,
humanity.
si yo digo, te digo a ti, pero también quiero significar que a toda la humanidad me refiero.
Yes, you resist and you fight with your own ideas.
Si tú resistes y tú luchas con tus propias ideas,
Why does the material mind do that?
¿por qué la mente material hace eso?
Because it knows itself as an identity through its own ideas.
Porque ella se reconoce como una identidad a través de sus propias ideas.
They might be completely wrong ideas, everyone,
Y pueden ser ideas totalmente erróneas todos.
but still the relative mindedness, it identifies and it is protective of its own ideas.
Y aún así la mente relativa se identifica y se protege de sus propias ideas.
Yes, but as you advance with the adjutants into that greater spirit of courage, of knowledge, of counsel,
Y a medida que ustedes avanzan con los ayudantes hacia ese espíritu del coraje, del conocimiento y del consejo,
you'll find the courage to confront your own ideas that, oh, they might just be your own ideas, but not true.
entonces si encuentras el coraje de confrontar con tus propias ideas, y esas ideas pueden ser solamente tuyas, pero no verdaderas, no la verdad.
Today, everyone, I was not planning on the granular detail that we're going into.
Y hoy yo no he planeado ir hacia el detalle granular en el cual estamos yendo.
If you write to our Nenny, I would ask Nenny to send you the recording just for you who are here.
Y si ustedes le piden a Neni, yo le voy a decir a Neni que les mande a ustedes esta grabación solamente los que están aquí.
Yes, you can contribute, but you don't have to.
Ustedes pueden contribuir, pero no tienen que hacerlo, no es obligatorio.
I want you to be able to listen to all of this again because it's very detailed.
Y yo quiero que ustedes vuelvan a escuchar esto nuevamente porque es muy detallado.
There's no way you can capture all of this in one sitting.
Sí. Y no hay manera que ustedes puedan capturar todo esto de una sentada.
Yes. So it will be available, and Nenny is often very kind-hearted to help everyone. But I'm helping her not help everyone.
Perdón. Ella está siempre disponible para ayudar a todos, pero yo le estoy pidiendo que no la ayude a todos realmente.
Yes, when you rely upon others, when you can do it yourself, you delay your development of the soul mind.
Cuando tú te descansas en otros y en vez de hacerlo tú mismo, tú retrasas tu desarrollo hacia la mente del alma.
Yes, thank you, Carlos. I think you're getting better with all this translation. You and Alicia too, I notice, right?
Sí, en Alicia
Yeah.
también. Sí.
Yes, as long as I don't talk in slang.
Sí, siempre cuando yo no use el slang, American slang.
Yes. Yeah. So, Inga, the idea must somehow be able to be received.
Entonces, Inga, la idea de alguna manera debe estar en condiciones de ser recibida.
And the mind might still be in relativity, concrete.
Y la mente podría aún estar en relatividad y con ser concreta aún.
But then, as the ideas become transmuted into the living of an ideal,
Entonces, en la medida que las ideas son transmutadas hacia el ideal viviente,
it is the process of integration between idea into ideal.
entonces el proceso de integración desde la idea hacia el ideal.
You're bringing your feelings and your thoughts and your values and motivations.
Ustedes están trayendo sus sentimientos, sus pensamientos, sus valores y sus motivaciones.
That's a more complete personality transformation.
Y esa es una transformación de la personalidad más completa.
And much of that from idea to ideal requires your effort.
Y bastante, mucho de eso, desde la idea al ideal, requiere de su esfuerzo.
And then from ideal into reality, you are giving yourself to this unification with the paradise adjuster.
Entonces, desde el ideal hacia la realidad, ustedes están dándose ustedes mismos a esta unificación con el ajustador del paraíso.
Yes. Now, why can't the adjuster just unify you even if you're not embracing his ideas?
¿Por qué entonces el ajustador no los puede unificar, aun cuando ustedes no estén abrazando sus ideas?
Yes, it's because those opinions and subjective ideas have no basis in reality.
Y es porque esas opiniones y esas ideas subjetivas no tienen base en la realidad.
Yes, it comes out of that deep subjectivity of, well, a lot of images and definitions.
Y viene desde esa profunda subjetividad desde muchas imágenes y definiciones.
And the adjuster is working to moronchize you, to prepare you to enter into a higher place.
Y el ajustador está trabajando para volverlos moronciales a ustedes, para prepararlos a que entren hacia un lugar más elevado.
Yes. So integration first, from idea to ideal.
Entonces viene la integración primero, desde la idea al ideal.
And then integration and unification continue into the reality of God.
Y después la integración y la unificación continúa hacia la realidad de Dios.
And then the frosting, once the cake is baked, the frosting is God fusion.
Y luego el maquillaje, cuando la torta está cocinada, viene digamos, el recubrimiento con la función de Dios.
I know some of you would enjoy eating the frosting without the cake.
Yo sé que algunos de ustedes les gustaría comerse el recubrimiento sin la torta.
But in this case, with the spiritual matters, you need to bake the cake first.
Pero en este caso, con las cuestiones, con el aspecto espiritual, ustedes necesitan primeramente cocinar la torta.
Oh, some of you, you're going to do a shortcut. You're going to put the frosting on top of the cake batter and put it all in the oven.
Y algunos de ustedes van a buscar perdón, el atajo y van a poner dentro de la masa de la torta, ya van a incluir el adorno de la torta y van a meter todo junto al horno.
Yes, you write me. Michael, it's emergency. My frosting is melted.
Oh, Michael, hay una emergencia.
¿Cómo se dice frosting? You know,
Sí, ya el adorno, yo no sé, crema. La crema crema que cubre el dulce.
Yes, let me see. I have to keep you honest, Carlos.
Neni puso ahí, sí.
Neni put it. Crema. I see.
La crema. Sí.
Glaseados, can you say?
Glaseados, sí. Yes,
Pastel de glaseado.
Yes.
Yes, you put the crema on the batter, but you don't bake the cake.
Ustedes ponen la crema en la manteca, pero no hornean la torta.
Yes, and then you say, Michael, I am not a very good baker.
Oh, Miguel, yo no soy un buen cocinero, un panadero.
Yes, but that's because you don't like to follow directions.
Y esto porque a usted no le gusta seguir las directivas, las enseñanzas.
Yes, I tell you, everyone, put the eggs, the batter, make the batter first. You say, Michael, I love you, I follow you, but I don't listen at all.
Yo le digo a cada uno de ustedes, ponga primeramente los huevos, después la manteca, y ustedes me dicen, sí, Michael, yo te amo, pero yo no te escucho al final todo.
Yes, you think you're going to put the batter, but I don't feel like to buy eggs. That's too expensive. And the butter, I don't know. I'll just put the frosting on top.
Entonces de repente ustedes dirán, yo no voy a poner ni la manteca ni los huevos porque son muy caros. Solamente voy a poner la crema en la torta.
Yes, and how does that taste, beloveds?
y cómo eso, cómo el gusto de eso, cómo sería.
You don't want to feed that to your little child on their birthday.
Y ustedes no quisieran darle a sus pequeños niños en tu cumpleaños eso.
Yes. So, the
Entonces,
idea into the ideal is a great phase of integration.
entonces la idea hacia el ideal es una gran fase de la integración.
And that may take a while. And then the ideal into reality is a deeper consecration.
Y entonces eso va a tomar un tiempo y luego para ir del ideal hacia la realidad, eso necesita una consagración más profunda.
Yes, ideal to reality is consecration.
Porque del ideal hacia la realidad, eso es una consagración.
But initially receiving the God's, I speak of God's ideas and the idea of God. Una cosa poco diferente los dos. ¿Eh?
Y yo sigo hablando de de la idea de Dios y luego también de Michael y los.
Yes, there is the idea of God.
Está la idea de Dios
That is just the presence of God.
y esa es la presencia de Dios.
But surrounding that are the ideas of God by which you enter the presence.
Y entonces, rodeándole a esa presencia, están las ideas de Dios por las cuales ustedes entran a la presencia de Dios.
Yes, what if I told you the idea of God? God lives within you.
¿Y qué pasaría si yo les digo, Dios vive dentro de ustedes?
But what if I tell you no more ideas about how to arrive there?
¿Qué pasa si yo no les digo, no les hablo de más ideas de cómo llegar a eso?
Yes, then you can't find your way.
Entonces ustedes no pueden encontrar su camino.
Yes. A communication and a cooperation is needed
Una comunicación y una cooperación es necesaria
in absorbing and learning God's ideas,
para absorber y aprender las ideas de Dios,
by which you begin to touch more into God's idea, the idea of God.
a través de las cuales ustedes pueden comenzar a tocar más la idea de Dios.
Yes, those who are practicing Vedanta and just the observer, the witness, they are touching the intellectual idea.
Ellos, los que practican Vedanta y también el trabajo con el observador, están tocando la idea de Dios a nivel intelectual.
And then they're attempting to bring that idea into just more of that awareness, but often most of their personality is left out.
Entonces ellos intentan traer esa idea más hacia la conciencia, pero la mayoría de las veces su personalidad es dejada afuera.
Yes. Inga, why you ask me so many questions? You have me talking a lot, you know.
Inga, ¿por qué me has preguntado tanto? Me estás manteniendo hablando muchísimo.
Nenny,
I
how
didn't
many
know.
questions did Inga ask me? Maybe about 10 or 20, right? Nenny?
¿Cuántas preguntas me hizo Inga? Diego, 20 quizás.
I didn't
Well-
know there were so many ideas.
Yes, exactly.
Yo no sabía que había tantas
I think
ideas.
Inga asked one question.
Solamente yo pienso que Inga hizo solamente una pregunta.
Yes. So, how do you know where you are in the process, right? At what stage do you find yourself, everyone?
Entonces, ¿cómo ustedes saben cada uno en qué estado están en el proceso este?
Because in a way, I interpret that as Inga's underlying question.
Y pues de alguna manera yo interpreto que esa es la pregunta subyacente de Inga.
You know, how do I know where I am? Am I in the concrete mind? And am I in the soul mind? Where am I?
¿Cómo yo puedo saber dónde estoy? ¿Estoy en la mente concreta, en la mente del alma? ¿Dónde estoy?
Well, those of you in the orientation, academic orientation, you're reading Pathwork 25, the initial steps
Y
orientation.
para las que están en Academic Orientation, están estudiando el Password 25, que son los pasos iniciales.
Yes, and I am lost in my own thoughts. And
Y yo estoy perdido en mi propio pensamiento. Y
Nanny?
How do we know if we are in the concrete mind or in the
Yes, how do you know if you're in the concrete minded or more in the soul mind? Well, let me just say, you've got to work out the details of your lifetimes.
entonces ustedes tienen que trabajar con los detalles de sus vidas.
You've got to integrate. First, you've got to absorb those ideas beyond your subjectivity.
Tienen que integrarse, primeramente tienen que absorber esas ideas más allá de su subjetividad.
Yes. And then you are letting go of your ideas if they are not in alignment with God's ideas.
Entonces ustedes tienen que soltar esas ideas subjetivas si no están en alineación con las ideas de Dios.
Yes, and fortunately or unfortunately for you, you depend on me to give you God's ideas.
Entonces no sé si afortunadamente o desafortunadamente para ustedes dependen de mí para que yo les entregue o les dé las ideas de Dios.
Yes, but I brought the Urantia material, A Course in Miracles, a few other things, the Pathwork.
Yo traje el material de Urantia, el curso de milagros, el Password.
Right, and I have my own writings in bringing forth God's ideas.
Tengo mis propios escritos y también traigo hacia adelante las ideas de Dios.
Yes, and then I'm supporting. We have together we've been creating a virtual campus of an atmosphere of support.
Y nosotros hemos creado juntos un campus con una atmósfera de sostenimiento.
Maybe I could have just arrived in Panama 7 years ago and said, God is everywhere. Okay, I go back home. Thank you.
Entonces quizás yo podía haber llegado a Panamá hace 7 años y les pude decir, Dios está en todos lados y yo me pude ir de vuelta.
Maybe I say, what are you worried about? You are part of God's life.
¿Y por qué ustedes están preocupados si ustedes son parte de la vida de Dios?
You say, wait a minute, Michael, but all those lifetimes, I've manufactured a lot of ideas.
Oh, espera un momento, Micael. Todos esos años de vidas pasadas he fabricado muchísimas ideas.
Oh, they're all illusion.
Esas son todas ilusiones.
Only God's life is.
Solamente la vida de Dios es.
You say, Michael, but I cannot do this in my atmosphere of my home.
Michael, yo no puedo hacer esto en la atmósfera de mi casa.
And I need more ideas each day of how to receive this and convert it into a way of living.
Yo necesito recibir más ideas cada día de cómo recibir esto y también convertir esto hacia una manera de vivir.
So, Inga, you've been less reactive in your life, yes?
Entonces, Inga, tú estás siendo mucho menos reactiva en tu vida.
Very much so.
Yes.
Muchísimo
See,
más, sí.
right. So you've been traversing beyond the material mechanical relativity of mind.
Entonces tú has estado atravesando más allá de la mente material relativa, de la mente material, mecánica y relativa. Sí.
And you've been in this integration.
Y tú has estado en esta integración.
Letting go of your subjective ideas, which have no basis in God's ideas.
Dejando ir tus ideas subjetivas que no tienen base en las ideas de Dios.
Inga says, yes, I remember I felt like a victim.
Inga dice, sí, yo recuerdo, yo me sentía como una víctima.
And I thought others were hurtful and I was reacting and protective.
Y yo pensé que los otros me iban a hacer daño, entonces era muy reactiva y me protegía. Y
and and those ideas have nothing to do with God's ideas, who has given you creative authorship.
y esas ideas no tienen nada que ver con las ideas de Dios, quien les ha dado la autoría creativa.
Exactly.
Right? You are meant to live in the cause of the Christ.
Porque ustedes están diseñados en vivir en la causa del Cristo.
Oh, Michael, but those people in my life, they disturb me.
Ah, Micael, pero esa gente en mi vida, ellos me molestan a mí.
Oh, is that a perspective that is part of God's ideas, that others can disturb you?
Entonces, y eso es parte de la perspectiva de la idea de Dios, que otros pueden molestarte a ti.
God's idea says expression comes before experience.
La idea de Dios dice que la expresión viene antes que la experiencia.
Right. And then you had your defenses, everyone, right?
Entonces cada uno de ustedes tiene sus defensas, ¿verdad?
No, Michael, I'm sure those people disturb me. They cause me to be angry.
No, Miguel, yo estoy seguro que esas personas me molestan. Ellas son la causa de que yo me enoje.
Yes, I'm sure of it. Oh, well, that's another idea.
Estoy seguro de eso. Ahí esa es otra idea.
When you believe you're sure of something and you're absolutely wrong.
Cuando ustedes creen que están seguros de algo y están totalmente equivocados.
Michael, I don't want to look at that. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Michael, yo no quiero mirar eso porque me hace sentir muy incómodo.
That's another idea that's different than what God intends.
Y esa es otra idea diferente a la que Dios está intencionando.
Yes, he doesn't intend for you to be fallen into defenses and protections and projections.
Y Él no está interesado en que ustedes caigan hacia lo defensivo, las protecciones y las proyecciones.
Yes, everyone. Projections, pretensions, and protections. Tres cosas.
Sí, las proyecciones, las pretensiones y las protecciones. Tres
That
cosas.
keeps you bound in the relative concrete mindedness.
Y eso a ustedes les mantiene como limitados dentro de la mente relativa concreta.
Yes. Protectiveness, projections, and pretensions.
Protección, proyección y pretensión.
Yes, good, Jennifer. Thank you. Projection, pretension, and protección. Y pretensión y proyección. Right. Three things that keep you bound and stagnating.
Tres cosas que nos mantienen dentro como limitados y estancados.
Right. It keeps you living as the effect, as a kind of victim in a place of disorder.
Y los mantiene a ustedes viviendo en el efecto como un tipo de víctima que está en un lugar de desorden.
Yes, you are projecting your error onto others. You don't want to take responsibility for authorship.
Ustedes están proyectando sus errores hacia otros y no quieren tomar responsabilidad de su propia autoría.
You have many pretentious. You have a pretentiousness. You're phony.
Ustedes tienen muchas pretensiones. Ustedes son como, I don't remember phony, Michael.
Oh, Inga, we are one. We are one, Inga. But I'm hiding all of my disturbance.
Falso. Sí.
Yes.
Nosotros somos
says fake.
uno.
To be fake, yes.
Sí, falso. Gracias.
Right. And then there is protection. Then you are identified with the effects and you're protecting yourself from the Christ.
Y todos ustedes están identificados con el efecto y ustedes están protegiéndose ustedes mismos del Cristo.
These three things, they keep you bound as the effect and they prevent you as the cause.
Y estas tres cosas los mantienen a ustedes limitados como el efecto y les previene o les impide a usted ser la causa.
Yes. Good, Inga. Beautiful question. Thank you.
Hermosa Inga, hermosa pregunta, gracias.
So
Thank you so much, Michael.
you're less reactive. You are able to not externalize and go unconscious in the effects of the world.
Entonces tú estás mucho menos reactiva, también nos estás yendo hacia el mundo, externalizándote.
Right.
Y,
You're noticing that you don't have this protection, defensive, the pretentiousness and projections of error.
y tú estás notando que no tienes más la protección, la proyección y las defensas del error.
There's so much I don't care about anymore.
Right. A lot of that you've gone beyond it.
Yes.
Sí, ya te has ido mucho más allá de esto. Sí.
You are advancing out of that deep relativity. You're integrating your lifetimes.
Y tú estás avanzando más allá de esta relatividad, te estás integrando todas tus vidas.
You're living more as the cause, more and more. It's a gradual development.
Tú estás viviendo cada vez más como la causa. Eso es un desarrollo gradual.
You're not getting caught up as a slave in your own feelings and thoughts.
No estás tomada como una esclava en tus propios sentimientos y pensamientos.
Right.
And it
You're
feels
able
really
to.
good.
Yes, you feel, when you say feel good, is because what are you experiencing more of?
¿Qué estás experimentando más cuando dices yo estoy bien, me siento bien?
Less worry, more peace.
Okay.
Menos preocupada, con más paz.
Being more patient with other people and
Wow.
understanding them
paciencia.
greater.
Con otra
Yes.
gente y también entendiendo mejor a las personas.
Yes, Carlos. Inga is becoming more juicy.
Inga, está volviéndose más jugosa.
Yes, the buds are growing into beautiful fruit on her tree.
Entonces los pimpollos, las pequeñas frutas están madurando en tu hermoso árbol.
Yes, yes. Carlos, I think we have to go there and pick some of her fruits. She has a lot of ripening fruit.
Tenemos que ir a tratar de tomar algunas frutas. Tienen muchas frutas que están madurando.
Yes.
I'll
yes.
share.
Right? You are experiencing the fruits of the spirit.
Yes.
Estás experimentando los frutos del espíritu.
And
Yeah,
I'm
more
so
patience,
grateful.
more tolerance. Say more.
Yes.
Más,
Please.
más paciencia, más tolerancia. Di más, por favor.
Yes, all of the above.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm grateful. So grateful.
Easier to
Thank
be
you.
around people.
Más fácil estar con la gente,
Yes, especially the crazy Salvington people.
especialmente la gente loca de Salvington.
Yes, that's right. Good, Inga. Thank you. I go to Ever.
Thank you.
Ahora me voy a Ever.
Okay, Ever, I'm ready for you.
Estoy listo para ti.
Hello. I was just thinking, when you said maybe we're part of the rebellion,
Mm-hmm.
and so we made something in the past. But I mean, for me, I'm not sure if I did something or if I was part of the rebellion. So
Pues, yo no estoy seguro si yo fui parte de la rebelión.
Well, you by being part of this world, you were influenced by the administrative rebellion.
Siendo parte de este mundo, tú has estado influenciado por la rebelión administrativa.
Yes, but the rebellion had to do with my administration and certain orders of being that were appointed.
Y la rebelión tiene que ver con mi administración y con ciertas órdenes de seres que han sido designados.
Yes, but the seeds, the ideas of
Pero
the
las-
rebellion have influenced this civilization and the other 36 worlds.
Porque las semillas de la rebelión, la idea, ha influenciado a esta civilización y a los demás 36 mundos.
Yes, they have been traumatized.
Ellos han sido traumatizados.
and we have to fix that.
Y tenemos que solucionar eso, arreglar eso.
Yeah. Maybe, Carlos, we send Liliana into one of those rebellion worlds to fix it. What do you think?
Quizás Carlos la vamos a mandar a Viviana a esos mundos de rebelión para que los fije, para que los arregle. ¿Qué piensas tú de eso?
Yes, I think I know one of the worlds they need more hippies, Carlos.
Yo sé cuáles de los mundos necesitan más hippies, Carlos. Sí.
Yes, I hope Lily is ready for that.
Y espero que Lili esté lista para eso.
You tell your husband, your children, I have to be of service. I might not come back.
Usted le puede decir a su marido y a sus niños, yo voy a tener que estar en servicio y a lo mejor ya no vuelvo más.
Yes, I'm going to pack all my rainbow clothing.
Yo voy a tener que empacar todas mis ropas de arcoíris.
Yes, yeah. Good, everyone. Other thoughts and questions?
Otras preguntas y pensamientos y preguntas. Voy a hacer yo una pregunta a Micael.
What was that?
¿Puedo preguntarte algo?
Yes, sure.
Dice que yo estuve descubriendo mucha oscuridad, ¿verdad? I was discovering a lot of darkness in myself. And,
Right.
And I wanted to ask that is part of the password 25 speaks about the level of consciousness that we have in between the unconscious or subconscious and the conscious mind. We have a level which is near the conscious mind, which we don't want to find out what is going on there.
Yes,
there.
it's kind of okay. So if it's in the unconscious, then you're completely not aware of it.
Entonces, si está en la inconsciencia, tú no estás consciente de eso.
If it's in between the conscious and the unconscious mind, then you're kind of aware of it, but you don't do anything to change it.
Y ahora, si hay un nivel, un estrato, donde está entre la mente consciente y la inconsciente, donde tú estás más o menos consciente, pero tú no quieres confrontar con eso, Michael, ¿verdad?
Yeah, so right, you've known you do certain things and it's not right, but you kind of let yourself do it, everyone.
Y entonces tú haces ciertas cosas que no están correctas, pero tú te permites a ti mismo hacer eso que no está correcto. Sí.
Can anyone notice that when you are doing things that you know are not right, but somehow you can't choose something different?
Y ustedes pueden notar, algunos de ustedes pueden notar que ustedes están haciendo cosas que de alguna manera no son correctas y tampoco ustedes se animan o no eligen algo diferente.
Yes, good, Lily. You're starting to catch on to your own enslavement in the effects.
Bien, Lely, porque tú estás agarrando tu propia esclavitud en los efectos.
Yeah. Y tú también, Ramona, estaba
Yes.
pensando, tú estuviste perfecta.
Sí, Michael.
I was thinking Ramona was perfect, but she also is sneaky.
Yo pensé que Ramona, pero ella también es curiosa, sí.
Yes. Maybe,
it's
Ramona, you live close by to Carlos.
Sí, tú te olvides que Carlos está contagiado por Carlos.
Yes,
Infectada.
he likes to bake his cake with the frosting on top.
Sí, le gusta cocinar tu torta con la crema arriba.
But he's
Al
getting
horno.
tired of that. He's getting tired. We know that.
Pero está un poco cansado ya de eso, sabemos todo.
Yes. Yes, Señora Ramona, mi amor.
Mm,
Mhm.
Gracias, Michael. Estaba atenta en
Yeah.
todas las que estaba compartiendo. Tanta maravilla, Padre.
Yes, everything that
También.
we're saying together. Yes, right.
Yeah,
Mm,
beautiful things,
You're
Father.
paying attention. Yes.
Está
Sí,
prestando
y como
atención,
decía
amor.
Inga, quería también aprender más sobre el ideal y sobre las ideas. Quería
As,
aprender más también.
as Inga says, I wanted to learn more about the ideal and the ideas.
Yes. That first step, everyone. For example, those who are, this is just an example, solamente un ejemplo. Those
Sí.
who are reading my words in the city, but not taking any steps closer,
Aquellos que están leyendo mis palabras en la City, pero no están tomando ningún paso más cercano,
most of the time they're interested because my ideas are, their ideas are similar to mine and mine to theirs.
y la mayoría de las veces ellos están interesados porque sus ideas son similares a las mías y las mías similares a las suyas.
And it requires something more to begin that conversion from idea to ideal.
Y se requiere algo más para comenzar esa conversión desde la idea hacia el ideal.
It requires an understanding of the way, the truth, the life.
Requiere un entendimiento del camino de la verdad y de la vida.
An intimate understanding of the endowment of your authorship.
Y una comprensión íntima de las dotes de la autoría.
Yes, gone are the days when you are externalized and blaming and a victim.
Los días se han ido cuando ustedes estaban externalizados y se culpaban y eran víctimas.
Yes, some of you
Yes.
remember that. Some of you don't even remember because you've let that go. That's good. Don't remember.
Y algunos de ustedes ni siquiera recuerdan eso porque le han permitido que se vayan.
Yes, and you recognize that, oh, everything that comes into my atmosphere is of my own creation.
Ustedes reconocen que todo lo que viene a mi entorno, a mi atmósfera, es de mi propia creación.
Now,
Mhm.
when it's intense, you might be reacting to what's in your atmosphere.
Y cuando es muy intenso, ustedes pueden estar reaccionando a lo que hay en su atmósfera.
But then as it becomes more subtle, those things are still in your atmosphere, but you're not so reactive.
Pero luego, cuando se vuelven un poco más sutiles, esas cosas están todavía en su atmósfera, pero ustedes están menos reactivos.
But they are still in your atmosphere. You still are vibrating in your expression.
Pero eso está todavía en su atmósfera y ustedes todavía están vibrando en su expresión.
Yeah. So now you have a choice. You say, everything in my atmosphere, this must be vibrating in me.
Entonces ustedes tienen ahora una elección, porque todo está vibrando en mi atmósfera y entonces esto me permite a mí reconocer, I lost my
Yes, must be vibrating in me for it to exist in my atmosphere.
Sí, eso debe estar vibrando en mí para que pueda existir en mi atmósfera. Sí.
Yes, because in truth, there is no outer and inner.
Pero realmente, en verdad, no existe lo de afuera y lo de adentro.
It's one thing. Your expression is your experience and vice versa.
Es una sola cosa, su expresión es su experiencia y viceversa, su experiencia es su expresión. Sí.
Your expression becomes your experience seamlessly.
Vuestra expresión se vuelve su experiencia.
Seamlessly, meaning without delay and without, with delay, but it is one thing.
Es una sola cosa, aunque haya un poco de retardo, es algo que es una sola cosa.
Michael, I have very violent people around me, but I'm not reacting. I'm blessing them with my love.
Más que yo tengo mucha gente violenta alrededor mío, pero no estoy reaccionando. Los estoy bendiciendo con mi amor.
Well, okay, but when you totally clear your vibration, they won't even be there.
Está bien, pero cuando ustedes limpien totalmente esa vibración, ellos no van a estar más allí.
Yes,
Cierto, cierto, Michael. Gracias.
yes. You're welcome.
Me duele la garganta todavía de
Mm.
haber expulsado tanta maldad ayer,
My throat
tanta tristeza, tanta
hurt.
violencia.
It's hurting me because when I expulse a lot of evil and sadness and violence.
Yes, you've got to release that. That's part of your integration.
Y tú tienes que soltar eso porque eso es parte de tu integración.
Yes, you're
Yes.
bringing all the levels of your consciousness into God's ideas to become the ideal.
Tú estás trayendo todos tus niveles de conciencia hacia las ideas de Dios para que se vuelvan tu ideal.
Yes.
Y eso es
Others?
gracias a ti, Michael.
Yes, you're welcome.
Gracias.
And that is thanks to you, Michael.
Yes. Well, we are doing this together, right?
Estamos haciendo juntos esto, ¿verdad?
I probably could not be having this conversation with maybe some of my neighbors in the neighborhood.
Y que probablemente yo no pueda tener este tipo de conversación con mis vecinos en mi vecindad.
Yes, you are in a place of reception.
Ustedes están en un lugar de recepción, de receptividad.
Yes, and with the greater quality of your humble receptivity comes a greater revealing.
Y con una gran cualidad de vuestra receptividad humilde, viene
Viene
también sí,
yeah. Dime.
una revelación más grandiosa.
Ah, yes, okay. Yeah. Yes, so you want to observe what's in your atmosphere.
Entonces ustedes quieren observar qué es lo que hay en su atmósfera.
Is not a coincidence. It's God's order and justice.
No es una coincidencia, es solamente el orden y la justicia de Dios.
Yeah. Yes. Uh-huh.
Hi, Michael. It's Leslie.
Yes. Hello, Lady Leslie.
So
Lady Leslie of Los Angeles.
I hope not for too long.
Espero
Yeah.
no por tanto tiempo más.
Well,
I hope. So regarding the atmosphere and the family,
mm-hmm.
Tenemos en la atmósfera de la familia.
as I mentioned in our conversations, it's more like now I'm seeing the dynamic.
Y yo como mencioné en nuestra conversación, es como un tipo de dinámica, ¿verdad?
And they are physically far from me.
Mm-hmm.
Ellos están físicamente lejos de mí.
And the attempts that I made to see them never worked, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Y cuando ellos intentan que yo los vea, eso no funciona nunca.
Okay, but Leslie, I agree with you, and that's fine. But behind your question, what you want to say is, I'm doing this good, am I?
No, I want to ask something else.
Okay, go for it. Just ask.
Okay.
Pregunta.
And there's part of me that is really sad because I don't have a family.
Right.
Hay una parte que dice mía que dice yo no tengo una familia.
And I see them like broken down, each one of them separated.
Mm-hmm.
Y yo los veo a cada uno en pedacitos cada uno de ellos separadamente.
And that is what I'm confused now, Michael. That's like one of
Okay.
your
Y eso me confunde un poco, Michael,
Yes, Leslie. Two are gathered in a field.
porque hay dos que están juntos en el campo.
One is taken and one is left.
Uno es llevado y otro es, uno es llevado y otro se queda.
You're being taken into a new reality.
Y tú
Mhm.
has sido tomada hacia una nueva realidad.
And they're not going, not right now, but eventually, because everyone is part of us.
Y
Mhm.
ellos no están yendo ahora, pero eventualmente, porque todos son parte nuestra.
So it's just temporarily, Leslie, for time and space that they will be delayed in their coming.
Y es
Mhm.
solamente temporalmente en el tiempo y el espacio que ellos van a tener un retraso en su venida.
Yes, they're taking the burro on the frontera, not the Mercedes.
Ellos
Mhm.
están tomando el burro Hanky in the frontier, not the Mercedes.
Yes.
Yeah. And what I was wondering, Michael, is that I also didn't have a family myself.
Y lo que yo estaba pensando es que yo tampoco tengo una familia por mí misma, digamos.
So what do I need to learn? What is behind, that's what I wanted to understand.
¿Qué es lo que yo necesito aprender? ¿Qué es lo que está detrás que yo tenga que es lo que yo quiero entender?
Well, the time alone and with only certain things in your field,
Entonces el
Mhm.
tiempo sola y con ciertas cosas en tu campo
it allows you to really look and begin to spend time with yourself.
te, te permite realmente mirarte a ti misma y comenzar a pasar tiempo contigo misma.
Mhm.
Yes, it might not feel like a party though.
Mm-mm.
Quizás no se sienta como una fiesta. Sí.
Right, but you have to work out that survival chakra and
Mhm.
the other things. The second chakra also, reproduction, sex.
Y vas a tener que trabajar con el chakra de la sobrevivencia y también con el chakra segundo del sexo. Sí.
Your lifetime, this lifetime you're venturing to accelerate things.
Y en esa vida tú estás aventurándote a acelerar las cosas.
Yes, if you had a lot of worldly people and things, it would make it difficult to do this.
Tú tendrías muchísima gente mundana y cosas, serían mucho más difícil para ti hacer esto.
Yeah, so
So
that
it's
doesn't mean it's forever though.
Mhm.
Aunque no significa que sea para siempre.
Mhm. So it's just for me to go deeper into what I need to see.
Yes, without the distractions.
Mhm.
Y es solamente para, entonces dice, es solamente para que yo me pueda ir más profundamente para ver sin las distracciones.
Yes,
Mhm.
to use the time to advance yourself as much as possible.
Para
Okay.
que tú uses el tiempo para avanzarte a ti misma cuanto más sea posible.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, you're only 25 years old, right? You look about 25.
Solamente tiene 25 años, ¿verdad?
Oh, you're Nenny's age? You look much younger than Nenny. Oh,
Tú
maybe
tienes
I
la edad
shouldn't say that.
tú pareces mucho más joven que Neni. Quizá no
No,
debería decir eso.
I just teasing.
Estoy solamente haciendo broma.
I'm just teasing. Nothing behind that. Nothing.
No hay nada detrás, no hay nada
Una
detrás.
broma estúpido.
Una broma estúpida, Mike, estúpida.
Yes. So it's your time, Leslie, just to work these things out, to get to a point of greater freedom.
Y es tu tiempo para que llegues a un punto de mayor libertad. Sí.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, look, Nenny is a grandma now.
No, mira, Neni es una abuela
She
ahora.
is.
See, Nenny, you have your gray hair and your false teeth, or no?
I know.
Tienes tu cabello blanco y tus dientes, ¿cómo se dice? Postizos. Sí.
Oh,
I'm trying to teach him not to call me grandma, but to call me something different.
Oh, something different.
Eh, Estoy enseñando que no me llamen abuela, sino algo diferente.
Oh, well, it's what you wanted. It's just happened a little early, maybe.
Mm.
Yes.
Y lo que tú querías pasó bastante temprano.
Yes. Wow. And wait till Shane's children. Wait till they have
Oh.
children. Oh, you're going to be grandmother,
Sí.
great grandmother.
Y vas a ser una gran bisabuela.
Yes. So
love it.
Leslie's is sexy on the beach, and Nenny has her false teeth.
Neni va a ser la sexy en la playa y no, Neni no, Leslie. Y Neni va a tener dientes postizos
No,
por
I'm
los nietos.
teasing. No, that's right.
Sería bromando.
Mm. Okay,
It's
so
just your time. It's just your time to grow.
Es tu tiempo para crecer.
Yes.
stop
Yes, Nenny. Inga is
analyze.
a nana. Karen is a nana. Inga is a nana.
Good idea.
Yes.
From today on, I am Nana.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yes, Leslie. So you be aware of what's around you.
Tienes que tener consciente de lo que está a tu alrededor.
And even the atmosphere you're living in the area, the
Y
city.
aún en el área donde tú vives, en la atmósfera donde tú estás viviendo ahora.
Yes, you will advance out of that at some point.
Vas a avanzar fuera de eso en un punto.
Yeah. Okay. Understood. So
You're
stop.
learning to you're learning to be the cause and to dissolve the effects.
Tú estás aprendiendo a ser la causa y a disolver los efectos.
Right. To not the effects, everyone, they have a magnetization.
Los efectos, todos ellos tienen una magnetización.
Your thoughts and feelings magnetize your awareness to them.
Vuestros pensamientos y sentimientos magnetizan su conciencia hacia estos efectos, ¿verdad?
And if they are intense, the magnetization, it becomes externalized in your experience.
Y si son intensos, esa magnetización se vuelve externalizada en su experiencia.
Right? You light your incense, you put on a nice candle.
Ustedes pueden prender el incienso, lo ponen en un lindo candelabro.
You lie down to do a nice integration atonement.
Y ustedes se sientan y hacen una sintonización de integración.
And your mind just pulls you out into images and thoughts and feelings.
Y su imagen y su mente los lleva hacia imágenes, pensamientos y sentimientos.
And you say to yourself, I have to write Michael. Michael, why I have all these thoughts and feelings? All I want to do is meditate quietly.
Y usted dice a sí mismo, yo tengo que escribirle a Micael porque ¿por qué tengo todos estos sentimientos y pensamientos? Yo solamente quería meditar tranquilo.
Yes, is because those effects have a magnetization. You need to clean it up.
Eso es porque estos efectos tienen una magnetización que ustedes necesitan limpiar.
Yes, that's creation, everyone. It's impersonal.
Y eso es creación porque eso es impersonal.
Yes, what you set into vibration, it holds you.
Lo que ustedes han puesto en movimiento, en vibración, eso los atrapa, los sostiene.
It holds you, right?
Los sostiene, sí.
Yes, it grabs your awareness. It demands your attention.
Sí, porque eso demanda su atención y también demanda su conciencia, va hacia eso, Michael, ¿verdad?
Well, I'm not sure.
My consciousness goes to
yes, your consciousness goes to those thoughts and feelings.
Yes, mi conciencia va hacia esos sentimientos y pensamientos.
Until you clear it up.
Hasta que yo los limpie.
Yes, and those same thoughts and feelings in your field, some of that becomes your experience.
A los mismos pensamientos y sentimientos, algunos de ellos se vuelven su experiencia.
Your experience begins to show you what's inside you according to how I'm showing you to do it.
Y la experiencia comienza a mostrarle a usted lo que está dentro de usted de acuerdo a cómo yo les estoy mostrando a cómo hacer eso.
Yes, I'm showing you how to work with your effects and not become lost.
Les estoy mostrando cómo trabajar con sus efectos y no perderse, perderse en ellos.
Yes, not to become identified and to learn to be the cause.
Y no para evitar que se vuelvan identificados y que aprendan a ser la causa.
Yes, I don't mean the little cause and the little effect. I mean the big cause as the Christ.
Yo no estoy diciendo que sea la pequeña causa o el pequeño efecto. Yo estoy hablando de la gran causa como el Cristo.
Yes, as the cause of the Christ, you are mastering your little causes and effects.
Como la causa del Cristo, ustedes están teniendo maestría sobre sus pequeñas causas y defensas o efectos.
Yeah. Other questions?
¿Otras preguntas?
Right. If you're still in the atmosphere of the big city, the Los Angeles, and the type of thoughts that go on there, then you need to look, Leslie.
Entonces, si tú estás en Los Ángeles con ese tipo de conciencia que tiene esa ciudad y la gente que vive ahí, es bueno que tú mires eso.
Yes. Now, with your family, everyone, families don't go away, so the people will be in your life, but the relationship will change.
Con la familia ustedes, la familia no se va, ella siempre está con ustedes, pero la relación que ustedes tengan con la familia va a cambiar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So everyone, as a side note,
Y para todos, como una nota al costado,
I'm going to be changing the name of the AO academic orientation.
voy a cambiar el nombre de la AO Academic Orientation.
It will just be Salvington College, the first college that new people must be in for a year.
Y va a ser el nombre, va a ser el Salvington College, y va a ser el primer colegio que las personas nuevas van a estar allí por un año.
Yeah, so there's the Salvington University, and then the Salvington College is the orientation area.
Entonces, Salvington University está también el Salvington College, que es el área de orientación.
Yes, for a year, people will
Por un
be.
año. Sí.
Yes, and again, as you grow in your capacity to relate with me,
Y en la medida que ustedes crecen en la capacidad de relacionarse conmigo,
then I'm able to absolutely advance you into Illuminatum, where intention begins to grow.
Y entonces estoy en condiciones de absolutamente avanzarlos hacia Illuminatum, donde la intención comienza a crecer.
Yes, and Grandma Nenny will still be the associate fellow in Salvington College.
Y Grandma Neni
Nana, Nana, Neni.
Oh,
Nana,
Nana Nenny.
Nana Neni va a seguir siendo
I know. Nana Nenny will be the associate fellow in Salvington College.
va a ser la fraterna asociada en Salvington College.
Yes. It is the place where you are preparing to enter into our association where I can help you truly.
Y es el lugar donde ustedes se están preparando para entrar en nuestra asociación, donde yo los puedo ayudar realmente.
Yeah. Okay, I believe, Mikis, did you want to say something or you're going to sit there?
Miki, ¿quieres decir algo?
Mika's still here?
Yeah. Hi, Michael. Hi.
Ah, yes, okay. Yeah. So yes, Mikas, you have to find the strength to be the cause, even while your effects are demanding.
Y sí, Miki, tú tienes que encontrar la fuerza para hacer la causa, aun cuando los efectos estén llamando o exigiendo.
Yeah.
So even while everyone, you're feeling your effects, you now have a knowledge of to take choices, even while your effects are pulling on you.
Entonces, aún ahora que ustedes tienen ya el conocimiento de que pueden tomar decisiones, aunque los efectos todavía los estén tomando a ustedes, atrayendo.
Yes, that is the great key, everyone. Even while you are in a place of growth and maturing, you still make the right choices.
Y esa es la llave o la clave cuando ustedes están en un lugar de crecimiento y maduración, ustedes todavía pueden tomar las elecciones correctas.
Yes, if you wait for the right feeling to move you, then you are a slave to the feelings.
Si ustedes esperan por el sentimiento correcto para moverse o elegir, entonces ustedes están esclavos de los sentimientos, son esclavos.
The authorship and inalienable right of choice must be strengthened.
La autoría y el derecho inalienable de elegir deben ser reforzados.
Even while you have prior momentums in your feelings and thoughts.
Aun cuando tengan momentos previos en sus sentimientos y pensamientos.
Yes. Mikis?
Yes, Michael. I know what to do. Yeah.
Yo sé qué hacer.
Alicia Cristina. Y hablas despacio, despacio.
Sí. No, yo quería darte las gracias
I wanted to say to you thank you
por esta última aclaración
for this last clarification
de no ver la causa como lo pequeñito, sino como verme la causa en el Cristo.
not to be to see the cause as the little one, but instead to see the cause as the Christ.
Yes.
Yo me he estado dejando arrastrar por los efectos
I was allowing myself to be tracked by the effects.
y también pienso que por una idea que tal vez venga de vidas anteriores.
And also I am thinking about the idea I hold of previous lives.
Y no sé si tiene relación también con la rebelión.
And I don't know if it has relation with the rebellion.
Por los apegos.
About the attachment.
Por los apegos.
Well, you and everyone are absolutely affected by the rebellion.
Tú y todos sin excepción están absolutamente afectados por la rebelión.
The society, its culture is of the rebellion.
La sociedad y su cultura es de la rebelión.
It is a fallen culture. I tell you why.
Es una cultura caída, yo les digo por qué.
Because normally you are able to be the cause, the Christ, and work out your effects.
Porque normalmente ustedes están en condiciones de ser el Cristo y trabajar con sus efectos.
But in falling away from that and identifying with the body and the material mind,
y habiendo caído, siendo apartado de eso, y habiendo caído en la identificación con el cuerpo y con la materia, con la mente material, etc.
yes, and trying to usurp the authority of God.
Tratando de usurpar la autoridad de Dios.
Yes. The population has fallen into what I mentioned: projection, pretension, and protection.
Y la población ha caído en lo que yo llamo la proyección, la pretensión y la protección.
Yes, protecting and defending the little nature from the Christ.
Protegiendo y defendiendo a la pequeña naturaleza del Cristo.
Yes, remember how you were struggling, trying not to be the victim in the effect.
¿Recuerdan cuánto ustedes han luchado tratando de no ser las víctimas en los efectos?
Yes, you were stubbornly convinced that it was happening to you.
Y han estado convencidos tercamente de que eso les estaba sucediendo a ustedes.
And then gradually you're here on the campus, you are involved in an atmosphere of God's ideas. So the other ideas begin to be disrupted.
Y ahora, gradualmente en el campus están involucrados con otras ideas que entonces esas ideas fijas comenzaron a ser interrumpidas.
Yes, and they're not supported here.
Y no hay ningún tipo de sostenimiento aquí para esas ideas.
Yes, and so you learn how to be something different. You learn to be the cause, Alicia, right?
Entonces ustedes están aprendiendo a hacer algo diferente, están aprendiendo a hacer la causa, Alicia.
The cause of the Christ creates constructively. Put that down on your forehead.
Pongan en su frente esta frase: la causa del Cristo crea constructivamente.
La causa del Cristo crea
constructivamente. Sí. La causa del Cristo crea constructivamente.
Yes, that's what you're learning.
El Cristo ahí.
To-
La causa,
Right. To
crea-
set in motion constructive causes and effects.
Para poner en movimiento causas y efectos constructivos.
Yes, you have this inalienable right of choice.
Y ustedes tienen ese derecho inalienable de elegir.
That means inalienable means that you can't distance yourself from it. You can't alienate yourself from your authorship.
Eso significa ustedes que ustedes no pueden tomar distancia de eso que es parte intrínseca de ustedes. Ese es un derecho inalienable, no pueden dejar de tomar una elección.
Right. And then you have to reap your destructive causes and effects. As the Christ, you take responsibility.
Entonces ustedes tienen que, ¿cómo se dice? To reap es cosechar los efectos de
Causas,
todo,
causas y efectos de muchas vidas, de tus vidas.
sí, de sus vidas, sí.
And
Y el
you
Cristo-
learn how to re-sow those into light.
Entonces ustedes aprenden cómo resembrar eso en la luz.
As you sow, so shall you reap, and so will you re-sow into light.
Así como siembras, tú cosecharás y también volverás a sembrar hacia la luz.
Yes, Inga, you can put that out to our alliances and sign my name.
Tú puedes poner eso en la Alliance y firmar mi nombre.
As you reap, so shall you, as you sow, so shall you reap, and so will you re-sow into light.
As you,
As you
Ah.
sow,
yes, as you sow,
S-O-W, so shall you reap, and so will you re-sow into light.
so shall you reap, and so will you re-sow into life.
Into light. That completes the cycle of your authorship.
Y eso completa el ciclo de su autoría.
Yes. So, Alicia, you're learning.
Entonces,
Yes,
Alicia, tú estás aprendiendo.
I am happy. I love that o sea, yo amo eso cuando dijiste también lo de eso de que uno se va al interior y al exterior, pero que realmente eso también es una ilusión de la mente, que es un solo, es solo Dios es todo.
She's talking about the interior and exterior, that is the illusion of the mind.
Michael tocó ese tema.
Yes, Michael talked about that.
Y eso me parece que es fabuloso en el...
And
Well, Alicia, I invite you not exactly to say it's an illusion of the mind.
Ajá,
yo te invito a que no digas exactamente que es una ilusión de la mente.
ajá.
Because your present circumstances that might cause pain and suffering,
Porque
that's a
Uh-huh. Porque tus circunstancias presentes que te pueden causar sufrimiento y dolor
yes, it's part of the ephemeral effects, true.
es parte de los efectos efímeros y es verdad eso.
Ultimately, yes, it's not permanent.
Y finalmente sí, no es permanente.
But for the moment, you have to address it. Everyone does, right?
Pero por el momento tú tienes que dirigirte a eso como todos los demás están haciendo.
Y abrazarlo, ¿no? Abrazarlo y...
Yes,
To embrace it.
Yes.
Yes, to accept it for the moment and to embrace it with responsibility.
Ya.
Aceptar por el momento y abrazarlo con responsabilidad.
That's the mantra of being the cause of the Christ.
Y ese es el mantra de ser la causa del Cristo.
I will embrace everything in me, and then you grow. I will embrace everyone in me.
Yo voy a abrazar todo en mí, después voy a crecer y voy a abrazar a todos en mí.
And that's how you expand the cause of the Christ.
Y así como ustedes expanden la causa del Cristo.
Total cooperation.
una cooperación total
with
Es
God's ideas.
maravilloso. Es maravilloso.
Yeah.
con la idea de Dios. It's wonderful. Alicia.
Good, Alicia. Thank you. Mhm. Yeah. Teresa.
Thank you for talking to me. Lord Michael, I wanted to know
If you
Did
and
I
Aviel call me Lord Michael, then Archangel Michael is going to become very jealous because that's the way people refer to him, Lord Michael. So you can call me Michael.
Tú me puedes llamar
okay,
Michael
sir.
nomás. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to make him jealous because he has a big sword.
No quiero yo que el arcángel Miguel sea este celoso porque tiene una espada muy grande.
Yes. So, okay.
My question is, may I only be reading the college that you're changing to at this point and not all the other classes? Because I get so mixed up.
Yes, you just concentrate in what's now Salvington College, which that was the orientation.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And
it's
yes,
too
you don't
much.
have to ask to be entering into all the other places. I decline you because I want to keep you focused.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All righty. Have a good day, sir.
Yes, and you need a lot of energy to keep that husband in order.
I do. I
He's-
do.
Yes,
80
he's a tricky guy, and I hope he's feeling better.
A little
Eh,
bit. But for 80, he sure is a get around type of guy.
Yes, yes.
Love you. Have a good day.
Beautiful, Teresa. Thank you. But I think we may have to call you Teresita because
That's fine.
we are surrounded by Latinos and they like that.
I don't mind. Latinos raised me.
Yeah. Ah, that's perfect. Perfect.
Los latinos me gustan.
So when Abiel wants to be endearing, he just says Teresita.
Ah, cuando, te va a llamar Teresita.
He won't remember.
No, he's not going to remember. Oh, oh.
No va a recordar eso.
When he calls me Teresa, I almost fall over.
Cuando me llama Teresa, yo casi me caigo.
Oh, beautiful, Teresa. Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia and Carlos, for the translation. Nana Neni, thank you very much. Continue to deal with operations and everything. Yeah.
Continúa con todo el tema de la operación y todo eso.
Yeah. Beautiful, everyone. I leave the music on for a little while. Thank you.
Dejo la música un ratito por un momento.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone.
Thank you, Michael Adonai. Gracias.
Yes, you're welcome, honey. Ramona.
Thank you, Michael. I love
Gracias.
you.
Yep.
Gracias, Micael.
Sí, sí, Paula y Christian, I believe, right?
Gracias,
Thank you,
Michael.
Michael. Adonai.
Yes, and everyone. Uh-huh.
Gracias, Michael Adonai.
Sí, Adonai.
Gracias, Michael Adonai. Adonai, hermoso, mi Señor. Como siempre, Padre amado.
Sí, Anselma. Sí, y Margarita.
Te amo, mi Señor.
Good night.